There we go. All right, guys. We were just waiting on a little bit longer as the lobby is getting filled up here. We have most of the team. There are just some issues. Yeah, we have 6 languages in here. We have co-casters, so we got a full house on casters. We are just going ahead and figuring it out. Of course, there are some rules to help us out with that. Of course, we need to have all languages covered, and we also need to make sure that the priority goes to the partnered streams and such like that. But outside of that, guys, it will be figured out pretty quickly here. And then the last member of LG will go ahead and join up. And I know it's Zave that's missing because it's the shortest name of all of them, and he's not in here. But we are going to be having LG take on the side of LeMixx. Now, if you guys haven't watched recently too much European Overwatch, or not European, but EU Overwatch is, of course, that does include the CIS region for now. The CIS region is not big enough, at least as far as its overall tournament scene yet, to be considered its own region. But the CIS and EU region, this is basically one of the better teams coming out of the CIS side of it. I really think that... it's Clatin, Kratos, Digga, Ubi, Cabal, Mete, and Mesomorphos. And some of these players I know are from Russia. I believe Clatin and Kratos Digga are. I'm not entirely sure, but I believe also Mesomorphos is. Or Mesomorphos is French, sorry. But they're a mixed team. Of course, one of the better CIS teams that you guys can look at is Kamaz or Kabiza. I don't know exactly how you pronounce that. I definitely butchered it. But nonetheless, that is going to be one... and it looks like it is going to be, unfortunately, getting started here in just a moment, as we only need Zave, and once we get Zave in here, we will be good to go. And we did get all the casters in here, guys, so we will be getting into this. Some updates again. It is a best of 5, so the way it's going to be going down, guys, is that you guys are going to be watching a best of 5, and that means that it is going to take 3 maps for one team to go ahead and win the series. Upon winning the series, that team will be congratulated with a victory and 600 euros. The team that unfortunately has to walk away a little bit sad, only winning 1 or 2 maps, is going to only walk away with 300 euros. But both of these teams have successfully secured themselves into the prize money, and that is important for these teams. That's what they wanted to get here for in the first place today. And ready when teams are. Good luck to teams. Good luck to all. Just say it that way, easier that way. And I'll go ahead and switch this over now so I can get the change going, as we do have LG going to be on one side and we do have Overwatch Kings not going to be on the other side, as unfortunately they did end up losing to the side of LG in the previous match we did just watch. So as I update all of my production for you guys so that it is as smooth as possible. It is not the semifinals, it is the finals, guys, and it is a best of 5. Again, this is, one more time, I will say it again, and I will probably echo it throughout the series, but this is a best of 5, so we have much broader series in front of us here, a much more in-depth look at these teams' skills, look how they match up against each other, how they play against each other, and it looks like I am going to have to switch the titles, so let's hope this works. And there we go, it does work perfectly good. Kabina Ot Kamaza, okay. Okay, he's German. Okay, fair enough. Well, and some of this is unfortunately, I don't know as much about the European scene. I am nationally. I live in the United States, so a lot of this is what looking up players, stuff like that. I do need to go ahead and do more research on these teams and stuff like that as I find more time. And I've gotten more casts in and feel more comfortable with it. But nonetheless, guys, that all aside, it is going to be the side of LG picking up the defense first in their introduction. First time, the grand finals of the ESL Go4 July monthly finals. 900 euro on the line. Winner of this takes home 600. Zave going to be picking up a Zenyatta. Ruster, no surprise, going to be picking up his Reinhardt. We have Tasani over here on the Genji. We have Icefelt picking up a Reaper. Mineral going to be playing his Lucia. And then last but not least for their side is going to be Maniton and their opponents. One of these teams will walk out of this gladiatorial arena alive and with more than the other. Will it be LG, or will it be this team, as it is LeMixx? Clanton going to be picking up, it looks like a Hanzo permanently. Cabal going to be on a Zenyatta. We have Mete over here on a Zarya. Mesomorphous going to be picking up the Reinhardt. We have Kratos Digger on an Ana, and Ubi going to be picking up the Genji. So already Hanzo, Ana, a different lineup coming out of LeMixx here to start things out. We'll go ahead and lead off with Clanton, as we haven't seen a Hanzo all day today. We haven't even seen an Ana, to be honest, unfortunately. We have seen some other changes, though. We have seen some Pharah, we have seen some Mei, we have seen some Junkrat, but these are all new heroes for today. And again, guys, if you haven't, get out on social media and let people know about this. The best of 5 has just started. And again, these teams are playing for 900 euro. Arrow going to go out. Clanton gets deflected, takes it himself, as Ubi's going to get the first kill, taking out Tasani. That's a big start for them, but in the background, there's some big shots coming out from Icefeld, as you can hear it ringing out. Zave is going to be able to take out Clanton in a 1-for-1 trade. Make it a 2-for-1 as Mete ends up taking out Ruster, pushing forward his Icefeld, trying to take out Mete, but he will survive for now. That's going to give the offense a little bit more of a better look here, and Kratos Digga has been farming up that ultimate, incredibly effective. Already up to it. That is, of course, the benefit of Ana right now. If you do play Ana, or you like playing Ana, you've probably learned very quickly that you can charge your ult up as fast as Mercy, if not even faster. And, okay, so I was just completely wrong. Romanian is even the closest thing. Yeah, they're not even close to CIS, so rip me. And it always happens towards the end of the cast. Don't worry about it. My voice will be fine for the rest of it. Icefeld going to be able to take out one, and Sonic, these will be kills for the side of the defense even after that. Earthshatter. That Earthshatter could have been game ending for them, at least point ending for them, but they will go ahead and stabilize off the back of that Tasani with 3 himself, Maniton with 1, and Ruster at the end with another. And that is going to be the side of LG going ahead and stably cleaning it up, and they are going to hold so far against the side of LeMixx. And luckily, I do have a background in oratory events. I did debate in high school and college, so talking for 8 hours a day is something I am used to doing. Maniton. He's going to be going for that Graviton Surge. That's on 5. This could be huge for LG, as they're just going to clean house right now. Icefeld takes out Clanton. Mesmorph down onto a sliver of HP. We'll go down to Zave, as the Zenyatta god himself called out in chat, doing great work, cleaning up both of those kills. And Zave, he plays a very, very good Zenyatta. I definitely want to say that one of the better Zenyatas right now to study is probably Kusta, specifically, as he on Fnatic is one of those that just chimes in with kill after kill if you're looking for a Zenyatta that does a lot of damage. But Zave, he seems like that balanced in all categories Zenyatta player, doing a lot for his team. Defensive ultimates are looking very good. Dragonblade for Tasani. Do have a Death Blossom for Icefelt, Mineral with that Sound Barrier, and last but not least, Zave, the one we were just talking about, does have access to that Transcendence. They did just get up an Earthshatter, and it looks like Mesomorphous gets hits up. Kratos is going to have another ultimate in just a second, but there's going to be the Dragon Blade and a dash slash through. He gets a lot of damage on Icefelt with the triple kill on that Death Blossom, and this is LG just holding strong and saying, no, LeMixx, this is our finals, our chance, our victory, and we will not let you have an opportunity to even think you have a chance of getting it. But LeMixx still has that opportunity. They can change that story, but LG is making statements right now, and they are doing a good job at it. They do have 2 ultimates left over, so good staggering from them. They did save themselves a Transcendence, and they did save themselves an Earthshatter. Of course, Maniton did not have the Graviton Surge for that, so he will have it back up, but the offense is looking very good on ultimates. 5 is going to be up in just a second, as there is also going to be the Amp will be looking for that Nano Stim in just a second. It probably goes on to the Reinhardt, as they don't want to overkill it, but there's going to be a Graviton Surge coming out, and it is going to hit on somebody. I believe it was the Reinhardt, as it is bugged right now in Spectator Client. You can't see who it's on, and Mesomorphous, yeah, it looks like it was on him. I can't even see. But nonetheless, it goes out, and it looks like the defense stabilizing. Not sure here. Icefeld getting a few good kills as he takes out Mesomorphous, makes it a double. On to Cabal. Looks like the only 2 heroes are left on the point are going to be Ubi and the side of Mete, but Ubi's going to dash forward, taking a fair bit of damage from that left clicks from Icefeld. Those Hellfire shotguns not going to be pushing forward, and it looks like the point was taken. So LG, a little bit of a blunder. They're not on the point to hold it out, and Kratos Digger is going to get himself a kill with the help of Mete on the way out. So LeMixx gets themselves onto the map. And I am so confused why the health bars are just not showing up when I switch over to healers. So weird. As they should be showing up. Oh, Ubi! He just gets deleted right there. He takes a right click from Azaria and a Fire Strike simultaneously while Discord Orb. Not good for him. Dragon Blade is available here for Senny. No ultimates available for the side of the offense, and literally that's the only one available for the side of the defense. So it's going to be a pretty raw fight here coming up. Kratos Digga will be very close to that. Nano Sim as we switch back over to him. He's been doing a lot of healing. Again, I'd love to be able to see stats. Blizzard, if anyone in Blizzard is listening, please give us at least some spectator client features with some data so that I can give you guys more information. But right now, charge into charge. Reinhardt taking each other out, and a great sleep is actually going to give Mesomorphous a chance to win it, but Maniton helps out more as it looks like Genji, are you going to go down to City? Going down to Kratos Digga. Great play from him, and now he's going to push forward, looking for those shots, keeping his team alive, and the defense down to 4 members on the point as it is going to be Icefelt trying to fight it out against them as they're pushing forward. The rest of the offense is surviving, but Ruster takes out Cabal with the help of Icefelt, and that's what they needed in that situation, especially after that Dragon Blade got shut down by Kratos Digga. And now it's going to be pushing forward Cabal with the Transcendence. Nano Stim still available, and they are going to be getting up a Earthshatter very soon here for Mesomorphous, as this Fire Strike could just do it. 93%, he is going to be there in 7%, but there's going to be a Graviton Surge coming out from the side of the defense. What can they get done with it so far? Just dashes and slashes through, but not enough to get any kills, as Mesomorphous and Ubi are actually the ones who are going to take it. We're going to go ahead and switch over here to Ubi as he's getting a lot of kills in the background, chasing out to Cine. If he can kill him, it would be big, of course, because that wouldn't be that flanking pressure gone for them. They could just worry about pushing up the gut, and that's what's going to end up happening. Cine goes down, Maniton follows after, and now this is LeMixx getting good ground, getting good opportunity. Stopwatch, 5 minutes and 40 seconds. Technically 2 seconds behind here. I don't know how my stopwatch is behind. I started it on time. But nonetheless, Ubi's going to be pushing forward. Kratos Digga does have that Nano Stim still available. I don't know why there's no bug, but I can't see it. Mete, I remember watching him. It was the last, maybe it was the last cup number 9. I ended up watching them in the Go4, the last July Cup where they ended up qualifying for here. They ended up looking very good. And Mete, I got to say, he had one hell of a Zarya, and with that golden gun, well, it's probably a reason why he has it. As Clatton in the background going to be trying to take out Cine as he was looking for that flanking pressure, trying to get those good poke, good pick with the Dragon Blade available in his back pocket. There's going to be a Deadeye channeled out from the side of the offense. Clanton looking for those kills. He is. Oh, he's nano boosted, but it is going to go ahead and end at the end of that, and he's looking for the fan, not going to be able to get him as Zubi ends up taking him out. That's Sani going down, and now there's 2 down for the side of the offense. Maniton on low HP, Ruster's going to die before that, and with Maniton that low, Ubi in the background looking for those shurikens, should be able to get onto Zave here. Zave does have, does a headshot too with the Discord Orb. Now he's going to push forward, will end up dying for his troubles, but the payload gets closer and closer to the hour of the end, as the defense needs to get out there right now. Mesomorphous is going to jump, Maniton's going to jump in there, but there's a Graviton Surge onto 3 with a Fire Strike through it, and that's going to be a cleanup, and that's going to be the payload converted, and the side of LG is going to end up losing the map with a time of 6 minutes and 59 seconds. No, 6:58. Fine, it doesn't really end it. It was 6:59.001, so it was 6:58. Very close. I did stop it a second late, so Circos slightly closer there, as we do have 58 going to be on the clock. But guys, LG looked amazing against Overwatch Kings, to say the least. It was definitely some moments of brilliance from Overwatch Kings, some flashes of opportunity and brilliance, but at the same time, there wasn't enough for Overwatch Kings to string together to actually take the map. And here on Kings Row, it looks like LG is being taken to a decent challenge here from the side of LeMixx. 6 minutes, almost 7 minutes, pretty even time for both teams. LG with plenty of opportunities. This is the Streets phase here, guys. If the payload is activated, will be a total of 7 minutes from once the gates open. But payload activation, Streets phase here, as we move past the the Fox and Bear. This is going to be the Foundry section of the map and the last section of the map, and this is going to be that golden rectangle that you guys see right here. That is going to be the end of the map. Again, for those of you who are just tuning in, thank you so much for stopping by. Definitely get on social media, as it is just the beginning of the series, to go ahead and let people know that this is the finals of the July Cup series for the Go4 Cup series for ESL. It's 900 euros on the line. Winner of this takes home 600. Loser of this only gets 300. We are into the first game, and it has just begun. And LG versus LeMixx are your two teams playing. Let's see what LG can end up doing here on their offense. I'm going to go ahead and follow out to Sani myself. I think that he's going to be the player to watch here, as he was definitely lighting it up. Now, earlier on the day, he was having a little bit of a hard time against Chipsa, as Chipsa was looking very good for a moment there. Chipsa just absolutely went off, but Cine has been looking good throughout the day. Very solid, very stable. Let's see if he can continue it and open up his teammate Icefelt for those better shots that he's known for. Looks like there was an initiation in the background by Clan. He ends up taking a lot of damage. We'll be able to get the health back and some AoE healing, so it shouldn't end up hurting them too much. No major fallback from that. And like Ravaga, if you guys want, get in chat. You know, give your Kappas, give your Pogchamps, give your Dongers, do whatever you want to cheer for your teams. Let us know who you're cheering for or who you want to win this series. as it is just started, and Cindy over the top, going to get a good dash and shurikens onto Ubi, but not enough to do any huge damage to him. He will be able to get topped off, and ultimate charge looking pretty even so far, as Cindy's going to get through with that deflect and going to get a dash as well, doing a lot of damage over here to Mesomorphous, as they did take out Klatten. That was Manitin, and now Mesomorphous is going to fall down to Mineral. Cabal was able to answer, but oh no, this could be it right here. If this Dragon Blade is used from Ubi, but no, Zave ends up shutting him down critically, and now it's going to come down to the Dragon Blade coming out from the side of Cindy. We're going to switch back to him. Don't know why we switched away, but a great Transcendence coming out from Cabal might buy them the opportunity they need to hold, but no, they end up getting forced back, and it looks like Cindy is going to force them back far enough, zone them back. It is just going to be the Lucio on the point trying to stall it out for them, as they do need to clean them up, and it looks like maybe, no, it is going to be actually cleaned up, and now they'll charge in from the Reinhardt, as he's going to push forward, look for those headshots, doesn't end up landing any, but it is going to be killed. And 2 so far for the side of the offense. LG looking very good. That's going to be a fan, pretty direct fan. All 3 shurikens hitting onto the Genji there. And now Lucio, oh, he's discorded up. He was just going to try to stall as long as possible, but that has bought them some time, and I goofed up big time, guys. I don't think I started the time, and I will go ahead and get that entered correctly, yes. So we will go ahead and take off 2 minutes, and I will start it on time at 2 minutes delayed. But it is going to be 4:58 remaining on the clock as of now, and there you guys go. It should be starting at the top of your screen. Let me make sure it's there. Apologize for not putting that up. I did skip as I was getting into the hype of the games. And yes, to confirm, this is live. We are on a 90-second delay, of course, for ghosting, but outside of that, guys, this is as live as it can be. Ubi is going to take out Cindy, and Mineral is going to take out Ubi. And as there's 3 ultimates available for the side of the offense, Ruster does have his Earth Shatter. He had a good opportunity there. I'm surprised he didn't go for it, but the flashbang coming out from the side of Klatten able to shut that down. As they push forward, Icefell getting himself a double kill, able to take out KratosTigga after Ruster goes down. And if they can continue this, they are pushing through pretty quickly. They do have about 5 minutes remaining on their stopwatch, plenty of time. Or sorry, about 4 minutes remaining total, as they have 4 minutes and 20 seconds remaining. Going to be dropping down below that here in just a few seconds as they get close to the second point. Defense from the side of LeMixx has an opportunity to go ahead and stall it up here, as they will have one good defense here. If they lose it, of course, the point will be taken. Ruby with the Dragon Blade available, going to go ahead and dash out of that Graviton Surge. It looks like everyone from the defense was caught in it, but a Transcendence going to go ahead and negate it. Icefell, Deadeye, caught out in the open, going to end up going down. And it looks like Cindy ends up channeling his Dragon Blade about halfway through before he goes down to Ubi. And Ubi's going to be able to get that kill, and that's huge for them. He's going to be able to get himself a second kill. Mete, Ubi, Klatten, they're answering on the kill feed. They're making big plays, and they're buying themselves valuable seconds here on this push from the side of LG. Of course, LG only has 3 minutes 40 seconds to go ahead and finish it out. That is a fair bit of time, as their beginning offense was very clean, very effective. But if we look at the ultimate charge, they don't have much to work with on this next one. It is just going to be an Earth Shatter coming out of Ruster. Defense, not too much of a better spot, although Mete himself is very close to that Graviton Surge, sitting at 96, now 97%, as it is going to tick over any second. Yep. As it ticks over decently quickly, but there's going to be an Earth Shatter coming out from the side of the offense. They want to initiate in a pretty good dash. As Cindy gets a kill onto Cabal. That's a very good pick to start off this fight, but it looks like 2 rebuttal kills coming out, as KratosTigga and Klatten are making big ones. Mete as well helping out, and this is definitely LeMixx having a very strong defense here at the streets phase of King's Row. Mineral all alone with his teammate Zave, of course, but he does have that McCree over to the right. Icefeld's going to chime in with that flashbang and allow his supports to escape, and that's exactly what they needed. That kind of staggering is going to be bad, and yes, yeah. Fail fish, Kappa. Icefeld going to be looking for that Deadeye here in just a second. He's going to go ahead and whip it out right there. There's going to be a Graviton Surge, though, and he's going to take out Ubi during that. That's absolutely huge, and now there's going to be Tasani's Dragon Blade. We'll see what he gets done with it, as he does get flashbanged up, but he is going to be able to take out... No! Ends up surviving is the McCree, as he's going to start running away, trying to get out alive. Will be able to get to the health pack, and McCree didn't pursue out. Did just stay in position to go ahead and defend, and Icefeld, and there's only 4 members really left on the offense here to fight it out. They need to clean up Klatten, and they do. That's going to leave no really members left that can stabilize and fight this out. It is going to be Cabal going down, and it would be on to KratosTigga to go ahead and dance the card as long as he could, and it looks like he is going to be able to. As no... KratosTigga, oh no, that was a big mistake. And now he's caught out. If he ends up dying here, he's going to be staggered big time. Oh, Caster's Curse here. He did try to fall off the cliff and run off, but that's not good. Offense, LG, 2 ultimates available, and they did just get that staggered kill, so they will be able to push forward. There's a sound barrier available, and that could be huge. I mean, honestly, sound barrier, Deadeye combination, it just allows Icefeld to stand still and get what he needs done. There's going to be the zoning Deadeye. This is going to allow the payload to get pretty far pretty quickly, as Ubi is going to switch over to that Diva. There's going to be... Oh, he pulls the trigger. Mete. That was not a good situation. And Droppy coming up for the side of the offense as we're going to go into the overhead here to get the better action of this fight. Maniton taking out Metamorphosis as Sani takes out Clatton. And this fight is definitely looking to be LG's favor. 1 minute and 27 seconds remain on the clock as LG gets the full team wipe. Mete, he's on Azaria and he hasn't swapped yet. He will switch over right now, but I don't think it's going to matter. He's not going to be able to get there in time, and that is going to be LG winning it. And GG's. LG takes the first point of this best of 5. And they will be going up 1-0. Will it continue? And will they be able to take the second map? We'll find out in just a second. LG loyal fans in the chat should be happy with that performance, but at the same time, I don't think LeMixx fans have too much to worry about as far as this being a full series, a full best of 5, and a fight to the end. Yeah, there we go. Oops. BTL, and we are back into the lobby. Let's see where we're going next. Unfortunately, I don't have the map list on me. So, let's see what happens here, guys. LG. And yeah, don't worry about too much about my voice, as I have been doing this for a while now, so I've gotten much better at it, but unfortunately, yes, there are people who will do that, so yes, delays are inevitable and unnecessary, unfortunately. The one place where you can have a 0 delay is, of course, a LAN, but which is going to be coming up soon. If you guys definitely mark it in your calendar, GamesCon, the Atlantic Showdown. That's going to be coming up here soon in 2 weeks' time. And it is going to be 4 of the top European teams taking on 4 of the top North American teams. Now, that is... actually, there's a group of death right now. If you look at the current groups, I believe Group 1 is Misfits, Envious, LG is there? No, they're not. It's Creation, and then Fnatic is in that. So that's like a... I want Fnatic. I'm personally really rooting for Fnatic lately. I feel like they've just been stepping it up in the North American scene, but that's neither here nor there. We're on Lijiang Tower. We're in the European scene right now, and we are watching the side of Misfits take on the side of Misfits. LG take on the side of LeMixx. I don't know why I just wanted to call LeMixx Misfits. Top Keck Caster. This is going to be the second game of the best of 5, guys. There's plenty more action to follow this up. So let's see what ends up happening here for the side of LG. Up 1 map to 0. They do have the advantage going into this. And King of the Hill, well, honestly, King of the Hill is a complete different world than it comes to payloads. As King of the Hills are all about fragging. They are all about team shotting. They are all about team crisis management and your ability to clash and duel. So we'll go ahead and follow out the side of LeMixx as they are down in the series, following out Clatton as he's going for the flank. We're going to go ahead and go over here into the main action right outside of server room on this double. I don't know exactly what to call these, but the double pop-ups there going to be blocking some of the damage as LG is able to get in the way of LeMixx from being able to get to the point trade so far as Ubi takes out Zave, Rustor, and Mesomorphous, but it looks like Ubi's going to get the better trade there as Icefelt does answer back, but back and back and forth until Clatton makes a huge play, takes out 2, taking out both Mineral and Maniton. Looks like Ubi is going to go ahead and help, and Maniton will fall, or falls twice. I said his name twice, I apologize, but he, Clatton, or I said Clatton, there we go, it does take out Maniton, so... Good plays coming out from the side of LeMixx, even though I would say that the position for LG is slightly better. I prefer to be in a position where you're on that stairwell because you can back off onto the point. You can have that wider opening. You force the enemy team into a choke point, but Clatton on that Tracer able to get a lot done. We'll be going ahead and seeing if Icefelt can get anything done with this Pulse Bomb, as there is going to be a Dragon Blade activated via Ubi, and he's getting a fair bit done with it. He hasn't died yet, and that's the big problem, as right now LG is falling apart on this point. They're losing hero after hero. Rustor is the only one to get a kill so far, as he's going to end up going down to Mesomorphous, and Icefelt needs to go for the escape plan. If he does it any other way, it is going to be the death one, and he ends up using the Pulse Bomb, which just does nothing to Mesomorphous, as of course he is a Winston. Winstons have 525 HP with that armor, and Pulse Bomb only doing 400 damage. Will never kill a full health Winston or a full health tank except for Zarya. There's going to be an initiation out from Rusters. They're going to come over here. That's going to be the that's the Transcendence. That's going to make a big difference. They do have Clatton with the Pulse Bomb still available, so he can get something done for his team right here. So far, though, Ruster, Icefelt, they're going to be the ones to answer the first kills in this fight, and that's exactly what they need. LG Loyal is looking for Clatton, though, on the Maniton. Maniton should win, or hopefully win this duel for them. Otherwise, LG fans are going to be in an awkward situation. Icefelt taking on Mete, and it looks like they have gotten a little bit of progression onto the point flip. It is going to be Icefelt taking on Mesomorphous as he was finally cleaned up, and that will be the flip of the point. LG able to go ahead and get it. And they might have, yeah. But I'm not sure. They actually might have. Yeah, you're right. Actually, now that I think about it, I heard that noise. And I didn't see a Symmetra, so it wasn't cheating. If you guys use Symmetra, I'm telling you, if I ever cast you guys and I see you using Symmetra, I'm not going to give you any hype, man. It's cheating. You got to do it with a melee or a gunshot. Graviton Surge going to be coming out from the side of LeMixx. It could do a lot, but a second Graviton Surge coming out as well as Icefelt's going to throw on the Pulse Bomb, and that doesn't end up doing that much. And a Dragon Blade coming out from Sunny. It looks like Sunny actually with the Death Blossom. Mubi was with the Dragon Blade, didn't get anything done. And Icefelt here still alive, helping out Manathan and Zave get huge things done. Clat and Kratos are the only one left, and they're going to end up going down, and that is everyone on the side of LeMixx, cleaned up, dusted off, and pushed back. And LG is back in control of this map right now with a decent amount of ultimate charge, whereas the side of LeMixx has nothing. I agree. Maybe we should just have best of 5 basketball dunks. Who needs to play Overwatch when we can just hit basketballs into hoops? Sounds far more fun, right? Everyone loves Lucio ball more than actual Overwatch, right? So why don't we just play basketball? Looks like Ruster with that sound barrier going to be going on to the background into Cabal. It does have the help of Icefelt, so it will be his death very quickly. Switching back over to Icefelt as he continues to push forward. Mesomorph taking a lot of damage, does help get a kill with Clatton, but that's not enough. They need to be getting more. They're trading 1 for 2, and then they end up losing everyone else. It was what it looked like for the side of LG at the beginning. They got a trade after trade after trade, and then Clatton, he got himself a double kill. It snowballed from there, and then from that point on, the 68% that you see on your screen for the side of LeMixx came from that play. Now, since then, it has been nothing but the LG show. They've been able to flip back the point. They've been able to maintain ult control, and the side of LeMixx just hasn't been able to get done what they want. A Pulse Bomb into a Graviton Surge. This could be absolutely huge. It looks like Mete will go down, not able to get the bubble. Or he did go for the bubble, but a little bit early. Jumping the gun there as Clatton's going to be dueling up against Icefelt here. Icefelt finding him first. Who's going to end up winning this duel, as of course it is important, as there's going to be a Dragon Blade coming out from Mubi. We're going to switch over to him, as if he gets enough done with this, it could flip the point, and yes, that is going to be enough. Zave, Manathan, only ones remaining, and Ubi, Kratos, Digger, and Clatton, they're going to be the last ones to chime up on your kill feed, as they are going to wait to go ahead and execute Ubi onto Manathan, as he decapitates the Zarya. Literally, actually, aim for his head. Did wait too. But of course they wanted to stagger the spawn. That was the goal of that. That's why they played it out the way they did. And now Ubi, what can you continue to get done for your team? As we are going to have... No, not too many ultimates available. Just Zave right now with this Transcendence. He's the only one with one available. He's going to go ahead and use it, and can the side of LG capitalize on it. It's going to be... We haven't talked too much about Tasani so far. He hasn't gotten anything big done this game, but there we go. He gets himself a double kill, taking out Mesomorphous and Mete. Now he's going to be looking over onto Ubi, and these kills, these could be the flip of the point. 99% to 99%. Winner of this probably will be the one that ends up going to take the point and taking the map here on the first of the best of 5 on Lijiang Tower, as it looks like the side of LeMixx is getting pushed back, and this Death Blossom could be absolutely devastating to them, taking huge amounts of damage. Mesomorphous is going to go down. They need to trigger overtime as they're going to jump onto a Cabal, but they only have 3 heroes remaining, as Mete is going to go for the Dragon Surge, Graviton Surge, but will end up not getting there in time, as he was close, but not close enough, and that will be LG taking the first of the 5 on Lijiang. Hydrate a little bit, guys, because this is just absolutely awesome. I'm very hyped about this series. This has been an awesome day of casting so far. The games have been a little one-sided here and there, but at the same time, there's been some great Overwatch to watch today so far. And to recap it a little bit, guys, LeMixx making their way through the top half of the bracket, and in the bottom half of the bracket, LG was the one making it through. And here they clash in the finals. This is the second game of the finals, the second map of the finals, rather. I'm going to go ahead and change this real quick for terminology purposes. Let's go ahead and make that map 2 of 5. But this is going to be the second Lijiang Tower game. We'll see what ends up happening here, as we are going to have them going out, pushing forward, looking for those kills. Cine, as he finds Cabal after Mesomorphous took out his teammate Mineral. 1-for-1 trade so far, but that's not going to favor any other team. We'll see where it ends up going off of that. Ruster able to get the jump pad kill, look like onto Ubi, as well as just doing a fair bit of damage. And Cine, he's just getting fan after dash after fan after dash, and that's exactly what you need to be doing as Genji. Of course, if you time it properly, a fan plus dash plus melee can kill low health targets very quickly. And of course, you can do dash, melee, or when you have your blade up, you can slash, melee, dash, or dash, melee. Lots of combos that you can do with Genji that you need to be mastering, and right now Senia is doing a very good job making them look clean and easy. Meanwhile, Ubi not quite close to his ultimate. Senia about 20% ahead of him. It does land some more shurikens and gets a little bit closer, but nonetheless, there's going to be the Pulse Bomb. Could this be huge? No, it's not big enough at all. Icefelt gets nothing done with that. As there's going to be a Dragon Blade channeled out by Tasani here. Let's see what he gets done with it. This is team losing members, but not enough yet to make it a one fight for the side of LeMixx, as it is LG, that looks like they're going to be taking this fight, as it is really just Klatten left. He's going to try to dash away. There's Ubi with the Dragon Blade, and he needs to get a lot done with this, but I don't agree with the Dragon Blade usage. He doesn't have anyone around him to help him, and he's going to end up going down by himself. Tacini ends up being the one to take that out. I don't know about that, Ubi. I really don't know about that, man. That was an attempt at some heroics, but heroics, you have to know as a player, heroics come with a high price. If you fail to pull off those heroics, you don't have your ultimate. And now it's going to be on Klatten and his Pulse Bomb, who just respawned to get things going for their team. They do have a Transcendence coming up, and they do have a Primal Rage, but if you look at the side of the defense, you look at the side of LG and control the point, you have a Primal Rage available, you have a Graviton Surge available, and you also have a Transcendence available, but they're going to push it in. There's going to be already one kill. Mete taking out Senny, but Zave takes out Ubi. Double Transcendence going out as both teams are going to go ahead and activate it. There's a later Graviton Surge. I believe that was the side of, LeMixx, as they get a double kill off of the Klatten, getting the Pulse Bomb, the Gravis Surge, whatever you want to call it. Mesomorphous taking out Icefell, Kratos Sticker taking out Ruster. And if you guys have any good names for that, I know that Hex and ZP are always taking names for that, but it looks like right now we are going with, based on what Chad has said when I've watched games, a Graviton Surge. Or, sorry, not Graviton Surge. Graviton Bomb is what we're going with. My bad. Graviton Bomb doing a lot there, as we do have Senny with that Dragon Blade. It looks like we do have a little bit of server lag. Unfortunately, Senny going to be able to get some good damage there as he's getting slash after slash, but is going to go ahead and back out, interestingly enough, as they are going to go ahead and convert the point. They did get enough done. They force back the side of LeMixx, and now that they're back in control, they don't want to overextend. Mesomorphous trying to jump in, but he's going to go down, and Zave's going to take out Klatten. And yeah, Senny, you are definitely feeling it right now. Genji, you're feeling it. Can you continue? As he's going to help take out Mete and Ruster, Kratos Digger. We're going to switch over to Icefelt as he's looking over onto Ubi. There's going to be a Transcendence coming out here from the side of Cabal, but this is just for hopes and dreams. But they're probably going to be memes, as they don't have any ability to actually take the fight here. They're taking poor advantage fights where they don't have any numbers. Klatten will get a kill with that Pulse Bomb, but unfortunately for him and his team, they're going to be trickling in one by one. It is just going to be Kratos Digger trying to get there right now, as he does have the Winston with him, but the Winston's going to be going down here in just a second, and he does. Mete falls. Zave does end up going down to Ubi, as Ubi does have that Dragon Blade, trying to get as much done as possible, but as soon as he falls, this point should be flipped, and there he goes. It is going to be Kratos Digger now all by himself. He gets cleaned up, and maybe Mesomorphous was able to make it back on it, as he is able to get off that Primal Rage. Now Cabal going to have to deal with Icefelt. Not a good situation for him, as he gets found out by that Tracer. Rewind dash, and it looks like that is going to be the point taken for LG, and we have a 1-0 on the map, on the series. We have a 2-0 on Lijiang, and right now LG, if they win this map, guys, they will be going up match point, and that is something that I will always beat into the ground in my cast. When you're in these long best of situations, it is imperative you never get yourself in a situation where you're playing against match point. If LG wins this, LeMixx has to win 3 maps in a row. If there are any 2 CPs or any King of the Hills, they cannot falter. They have to outright win them, especially the King of the Hills. They have to be able to take it and 3 to whatever, and that's hard to do in a position where you are down 2-0 in a series, and the other team only has to win 1 map, and you have to win 3. The amount of mental pressure you have on your team to perform is going to naturally decrease your actual performance. As it looks like Icefelt is going to be in over here onto Mete. Looking for the kills onto him, as he did find, I believe it was Ubi, but he goes ahead and backs off of him. Tracer going to go ahead and rewind as both of them go ahead and use it now, as this duel is just too hectic, guys. We're going to go ahead and go into the overhead so you guys can get a better view of what's going on. Both teams are trying to find their targets and team shot, as it looks like both of the LeMixx heroes are going to be chasing over onto Sani, as Mesomorphous does end up taking on Maniton, but Icefelt over inside with the help of his Lucio, able to take out Cabal in a 1-for-1 trade. Icefelt with the double kill, and now we're going to go ahead and switch back to him, as it should be a little bit cleaner and easier to see, as there's less heroes for him to be dashing around and looking at. But that is going to be the point taken here by LG. And again, guys, I'll say it one more time. If LG wins this map, if they win Lijiang Tower, they are up match point, and the side of LeMixx is in a bad spot. They have to win 3 maps in a row without fail to be able to take the finals and win the 600 euros, whereas LG is in a comfortable, we only have to win 1 more to be able to take it. They can afford to have LeMixx have a moment of brilliance in another map and still be able to win it cleanly. As the Graviton, the Soundbait is going to go off at the side of LG as they continue to push forward here. It looks like there's going to be a Transcendence coming up from Cabal to try to prevent as much damage as possible. Ubi going to go ahead and channel that Dragon Blade, but there's another Dragon Blade from Tasani, so Blade versus Blade. Sushi versus Sushi. It looks like Ubi's going to end up winning that as his Dragon Blade is significantly better, getting the kill onto Sani and onto his teammate. Now Icefelt going to be able to try to answer back as he gets not 1 but 2 kills. And it looks like they will be able to flip the point after there was a back cap. Looks like LeMixx doing a good job zoning off the side of LG and getting 5%, but that's only 5% as the pulse bomb from Icefelt ends up doing pretty much nothing. Now looking to deal with Mete and Ubi, as Ubi is going to take a lot of damage from that dash. Oh, that's going to be Icefelt getting that kill, and now Icefelt's looking over onto the other Tracer, doing so much damage to Klatten, and this Icefelt Tracer is just going to town. Looks like Maniton's going to be in a pretty bad spot as he ends up going down, but Mesomorphous is all by himself. It looks like Klatten, though, in the background, going to be able to come back and take out his equal number, and that's going to clean up a big problem for them, as it is going to be Primal Rage Winston and Tracer versus Lucio, amping it up, bubbled up, as his teammate Maniton trying to keep him alive as long as possible. Maniton's on low HP himself. He's going to end up going down to Mete, and that should be a flip of the point as LeMixx finally gets in control. Oh, Tasani was still over there. Well, bye, Tasani. We didn't watch you die, but we saw you in the background all by yourself on the point. LG going to have to group up and figure something out here. They do have ultimates to work with, though. Senny going to be decently close to his blade. Icefelt, Pulse Bomb basically always going to be up whenever he wants it to. Mineral, decently close to the sound barrier, but there's going to be a Graviton Surge. I'm not sure exactly why they ended up doing that. It was only on 2, both on tanks. Ruster and Maniton are going to go down, and in the meanwhile, there was that back cap. This is exactly what happened for the side of LeMixx, as it looks like Zave will be able to take out Kratos Digga and jump off the cliff. Is going to be Mineral, as they are going to look to all respawn together and get a push going as a team. But LG, plenty of percent on the clock, and they do have 3 maps on Lijiang to give up before they are going to lose Lijiang Tower, and the series will be tied 1-1. Ubi looks like he was able to snipe out Zave. Big plays from him, as that's going to prevent Zave from being able to get the Transcendence in this next fight, as this fight is going to break out right now. Offense going to be defense side of LeMixx going to go ahead and push in aggressively, and a Graviton Surge. This could be huge. Hits on multiple Pulse Bomb as well, but it doesn't end up getting enough kills as Mesomorphous ends up taking out Icefelt. There's going to be a Transcendence coming out. His double Dragon Blade goes out as well, and so we're going to go ahead and fall out on Cindy, as his Dragon Blade was not as good last time as Ubi's, and there we go. That's a Dragon Blade that Cindy was looking for. 3k for him in the fight. Doesn't make it forward. No, Maniton takes the last one, but that's going to be the side of LG with the team kill. Horn to punctuate their flawless performance in that fight, only losing 1 hero, and of course it was Icefelt, who ends up dashing in anyways to get the Pulse Bomb off, so his death is usually inevitable in that situation. Ruster, those are some interesting lamps, aren't they, buddy? As he's going to back up and be looking over here to get into the zoning position, get his bubble down, and now going to be jumping into the background, looking for those squishy supports, doing as much damage as he can. Of course, Lucio is his primary target. Actually, Zenyatta should be, but the secondary is going to be that Lucio, and there's going to be a Graviton Surge going out against the side of LeMixx, and it looks like that's going to be enough to clean him up. There's only 1 hero left. It is going to be Kratos Digga, and the second that he goes down, it is just going to rely on Ubi, and he is too far away for this overtime. And right now, guys, LG is up 2-0 in this best of 5, and it is now... Oh, man. I gotta say, guys, again, match point. LG only has to win 1 more map of the next 3 to be able to take home 600 euro versus 300, doubling their winnings. Of course, both teams are guaranteed 300 euro by just making it here, but this was that Dragon Blade towards the end. Cine getting work done. Maniton taking out his opposite number, Ubi, so he couldn't win that sword duel. And from there, well, it's hard. Cabal... 5,000 Transcendence heal. Jesus, that's a lot of Transcendence healing. Oh man, Transcendences are just getting better and better. Teams are getting so good at being able to use that Transcendence properly. And at 300 HPS, I mean, it does so much for your team. And I've also noticed that the HPS isn't also... I don't know if it's that the pull rate for the HPs at the top is very slow, because sometimes when Transcendence is going out, it'll be like chunk of HP and then like half full hole, chunk of HP, half full hole. So I wonder if it is just literally a 1, 2, 3 as fast as possible for 300 HPS, or if it is a 300 HPS, 300 HPS, 300 HPS kind of ult, whether or not it pulse outs like that. I do need to look that up. That is a very interesting question. That changes a lot. And it looks like, yeah, it is maybe... Yeah, it's just so unfortunate to be playing during lag. It's just not cool at all. Not good at all, but at the same time, guys, it is just a situation. Oh, man. I worry for the side of LeMixx here in this finals right now, guys. They are down match point. They are not in a good spot. They are not in a good spot at all. I don't really know what else to say. I mean, LeMixx has to win this map. Like, that's what it comes down. I mean, yeah, if they lose, they're out 3-0. But for themselves, they have to win this map. I mean, if they have any chance in this series, oh, they have to come out strong here. They have to come out so strong here. Because if they don't, I mean, it's over. And you don't want to lose 3-0. I mean, I guess that's really what I'm trying to get at. LeMixx does not want to lose 3-0. LG is definitely a good team. LG has been up and coming. They were too strong before they got picked up by Luminosity Gaming, but nonetheless, they are a strong squad. I like the way they play. I feel very good as far as watching them and comparing them to the other Tier 1 teams right now in Europe. They look very, very good. They're looking more polished, more refined. And yeah, they have their own mistakes. Everyone does. No one's perfect. But at the same time, LeMixx is not that weak of a team. Isn't that the truth? Isn't that the truth? I mean, honestly, my transcendences and my ranked pugs aren't even that good. I think the highest transcendence ceiling I've had is like 2,000. I don't play that much Zenyatta. I mainly do tank flex with DPS. But yeah, no, I definitely have not had the best Zenyatta luck in my pugs either. But it is definitely, when you're at a high coordination threshold in these professional slash high tier competitive games, top tier competitive games, it is highly impactful to be able to land that ultimate correctly. Mineral says they're ready, and we're going to go ahead and get into it, guys. And again, I just want to go ahead and remind you that if LeMixx loses this, guys, we are done for the day, and it will be 600 euros handed over to the side of LG, and LeMixx will go home with 300 euros, but a craving that they could not have quenched because they lost 3-0. Whether or not that's that story, it's up to them, and it's up to the side of LG. We will be starting out on the well map. Let's give you guys a good view here. Let's see if I can actually get rid of all the background. Oh, look at that. It looks like I'm outside, guys. I promise you I'm not stuck in the spawn at all. I'm not stuck in the spawn at all. A few things that, of course, it would be nice for Blizzard to fix, as well as I'd just love for them to add some additional spectator client features. So if you guys have it, Blizzard, any Blizzard employees watching in here, or any such as that, definitely would be a huge fan of at least being able to get to see the KDAs, getting to be able to see the damage numbers, the health number, or the healing numbers, the self-healing numbers, all of the numbers that you can see for yourself. I would love to be able to extract for you guys in these games. Not sure how they'll do it. Of course, there are many sets of data that they can extract out, but once they have a good spectator client, I'm sure the amount of information and story that I can tell you guys will be much better. But for now, it is LeMixx, the red side, the challenging side. At this point, they're down 0-2. They're the ones who have to prove themselves. And over here in the blue, it is going to be LG, who has more than proved themselves so far in this series, sitting up to 2-0. As they're going to go ahead and initiate, we're going to start off on Sunny as he goes down to Cabal, and that's not a good start for them at all. That's definitely what LeMixx needed to see, as we'll see what ends up happening. Mesomorphous ends up taking out Zave. Now it's going to be Mineral versus Mesomorphous. Clanton ends up chiming in and helping that out. And that's a big kill for them, as they have switched numbers. I hate when that happens, but it does end up being the case. Clanton's going to look for the kills. Icefelt ends up taking out Cabal. Icefelt onto a second kill. Icefelt onto a line of play right here that's looking very good for him and his team. Make it a 3K on this fight, and they're going to go ahead and flip the point in a matter of seconds here, I imagine. Pulse Bomb ends up being eaten up by that bubble, but nonetheless, it's not enough to keep him alive, and that's going to be another 2 kills. And again, off the back of Icefelt, strong play, the side of LG able to get control of the point. And that is definitely what LG loyal fans are looking for. But LeMixx fans, gotta find something to look at. Gotta find something to hold on to. And I gotta say, it's gotta be Clanton. It's gotta be Ubi. They gotta step up. They gotta go to that next level. As he's gonna be looking around here. No, nobody clashes yet, but there's going to be a Dragon Blade getting farmed up here for a second. Mesomorphous is taking a lot of damage, as well as Ruster, but Ruster's going to go ahead and just pop up that ultimate, that Primal Rage. He is going to end up dying for his troubles, but he does buy the time for Cinny to go ahead and get those kills, and it looks like Kratos Tigga's in a bad spot, but Ubi is in an even better spot to help out his team. Kratos Tigga takes him out, and now that's going to be a 5-on-4. Can they capitalize on this? Can they win this? Question is, they're down a player, though. That's going to make it that much harder. Ubi does have the Dragon Blade available, so if you can find a good opportunity to get this out and get some damage done with it, there's going to be a Transcendence coming out, or a Sound Barrier coming out for the side of LG, buying them some extra HP to fight this out. as Metamorphosis gets himself a double kill. Icefelt, Zave both going down. Now Ubi with this Dragon Blade still in his back pocket, not choosing to use it. Very, very patient. Very good play coming out of him. And honestly, in this moment when they're down in the series and it's looking sketchy and that fight could have gone any way at any moment, he never uses the Dragon Blade. And that is the kind of play that you want to be seeing from top tier competitors. That patience, that understanding that if you are going to win the game, you can't just win it all right now. You have to win later too. You have to win the later on portion of this fight, 60% to 23%, as LeMixx gets themselves on the board. Graviton Surge coming out, and maybe this is Ubi's chance to use the Dragon Blade, but a Pulse Bomb going to be cancelled out, not doing anything, as well as a Transcendence to cancel out the Dragon Blade. But the Dragon Blade's going to come out at the end of the Transcendence on top of the defensive Transcendence. LeMixx comboing out their ultimates well, but Zave with no choke in the moment, able to get that headshot onto Ubi, taking him out. Mete, though, did take out RaptorZ, so it doesn't look like the side of LG is going to have much of an offense or much of a hero set to be able to actually take this fight, and it looks like there's going to be Metamorphosis pushing forward, but he will just go ahead and leap back and get away. Nonetheless, though, that does buy the side of LeMixx a little bit more time. They did end up using 3 ultimates to take that fight, though, to only get 3 kills. So for an ultimate kill, that is not good value. You want to be looking at 2 to 3 kills per ultimate. That's like the standard value as a Graviton Surge is going to go out there. Is a Transcendence? No, there isn't. That's right. They used it to keep the other Dragon Blade alive. And now there's just too much damage that's going to end up going out. Cabal is going to take 1 slash, 2 slash. Now it's on to Metamorphosis. He takes quite a few slashes. Ubi will get the dash through and end up cleaning out Sani. But I don't think that's going to end up matters. There's going to be a Winston, and I don't know, Winston Genji going to go ahead and deal with the Genji together of Ubi. But there's the Primal Rage going to help deal with this. Ubi at 111 HP, dropping down 16, 18. Now getting back up, but he's going to be pretty low. Will it be able to pick up that health pack? But I think that should be the side of LG able to get in control of the point. Contesting is going to happen right now, though, as the side of LeMixx is actually getting a little bit of fight under the 90%. They're kind of holding on here. It looks like it is going to be a Fnatic or LG having a very hard time getting onto this point and fighting it. I don't know if they're going to be able to flip it here. RaptorZ onto Cabal, taking him out now in this room, flailing away, just cleaning up hero after hero. Maniton goes down next to RaptorZ. And now Metamorphosis is going to be able to get onto the background, onto Zave. But Zave is able to get the Discord Orb out as well as the Transcendence. And of course, that Discord Orb will stay out, but there's that massive clean. No aim, no brain. Winston main doing 150 damage, if not 200 damage per second to 4 targets cleaving. And that should be a cleanup. Mete is going to get knocked off. RaptorZ with the double kill. Environmental. I think someone ended up climbing up, but still, nonetheless, they're going to be able to push him back, and they're going to be able to secure the point. And that will be LG staying alive in this first map of Ilios and keeping alive the dream of the 3-0-3-0 on Lijiang Ilios. But now it just becomes a question of whether or not LeMixx is able to get back on this point. They do have some ultimates to work with. Only one, actually. It is going to be just Ubi with that Dragon Blade available. If they can get something huge done with this, it would be everything they need. But if you look over at the side of LG, guys, this is the story that I also have to bring up. We have a Sound Barrier available, we have a Dragon Blade available, and we have a Pulse Bomb available. Maniton is sitting 10% away from that Graviton Surge, and they're just going to immediately charge out with that Transcendence. I don't know about that, as now there's going to be a Graviton Surge and a Dragon Blade in just a second, but there's going to be Ubi's Blade, and ends up winning the duel. Cindy ends up going down to Ubi there with that dash, but that's going to be an awesome Graviton Surge. They end up cleaning it up. Ubi's all alone. He's going to end up going down, and there's only one hero left, and that's Kratos Digga. He's nowhere near. Overtime, not going to happen. He just pops the ultimate because he knows that they were not on the point recently enough for overtime to be procced. I believe it has to be within 3%. So, like, if you flip the point and it only takes 3% to go to 99, then it would probably proc overtime. But because it took about another 5-10%, overtime was not procced, and the side of LG takes the first map, guys, on our first iteration of Ilios. The well, where are we now? Lighthouse. Okay. Lighthouse it is. Did anyone make it? Nope. No one made a basketball, guys. Sorry. Unfortunately, no confetti for you guys. But LG, man. I'm just going to go ahead and start out on Icefelt. This guy has been tearing it apart on his Tracer right now. And that's what he needs to, man. Tracer is a hero in King of the Hill. When you can get on a very good line of play, she just presents so many issues for lineups. You have to have CC. And because they're not running McCree's, they don't have that flashbang. They don't have a hook from Roadhog. They have no crowd control abilities to deal with these Tracers. It is purely on the duel between Icefelt and Klatten. And the winner is going to have so much more space. And there's going to be Ubi taking him out with the help of Klatten. And that's a big trade. But there's going to be, RaptorZ says, you just took out my Tracer, buddy. I'm not going to easily let you get away from this. But RaptorZ, well, he wasn't ready for that health pack to be picked up. And he's going to end up falling. Now it's going to be Icefelt, or Klatten on the point with his team. Lucio trying to stall it up as long as possible, dancing around, trying to stay alive, but he will end up getting cleaned up. Maniton ends up jumping off the cliff, and that is going to be the side of LeMixx taking the point for the first time here on Lighthouse. Now, that's what ended up happening before, but LG came back, ended up getting pretty much 80% before the 99% take of LeMixx, and then from there, LG was able to take the rest of the game and win pretty effectively. Now becomes the question of whether or not the story continues similarly. Icefelt able to take out Cabal. That's not a good start. He did have Transcendence available too. He could have used that to keep himself alive and keep his team fighting in this. Now Mesomorphous is going to go down as well. 72% on his ultimate. Great rewind coming out from Icefelt to get him in a better position, and also just to keep him at a great HP. And there's going to be a Dragon Blade coming out of Sani. We're going to go ahead and switch over to him as Sini is looking for that kill on Kratos Lounge. Ends up getting a dash slash, taking out Mete. And that's going to be huge kills, and they're going to go ahead and flip the point 35% to 1. As LG is back in control of this map as Zave ends up taking out Ubi. Another critical kill, and with that Transcendence available, Sound Barrier available, they do also have a Primal Rage and a Pulse Bomb. Looking at the side of the offense, we have a Sound Barrier available as well. We have a Transcendence available as well, and Ubi did not use his Dragon Blade, so the team wipe potential is there for them. The question is whether or not they can convert on this blade. Looks like a bit of an aggressive push there from RaptorZ as he wants to kind of zone them and prevent them from getting as much space as possible to take the fight that they want, milking the time, soft containing, other ways to describe that, as we do have the Dragon Blade still available from Ubi with the Sound Barrier up from both teams, but now it's faded for the side of the defense, and he's just going to go in, and this is where LG can be in a bad problem, as Manathon's going to go down. Triple kill so far for Ubi, as Mete takes 2 of those, make it 4, as Zave maybe should go down here. Deflect, Zave taking some shots though. Not going to end up going down yet. He is just going to go ahead and jump off, and that is going to be 45% to 35, as they did stall for as long as possible, but eventually Cine will end up going down. And we have 48% to 38%, and this is definitely a much more of an even map compared to the side of Lijiang Tower. But I don't think it's enough to quite say that LeMixx has it in them to take this completely yet. They need to show some domination, some outright performance that looks better than the side of LG, or at least continue to match them evenly and one step ahead for the rest of Ilios. As there's going to be a Graviton Surge going out. That was Mete's. It landed on quite a few, and Cladden with the Pulse Bomb gets himself a huge set of kills, make it a triple. And now he's going to be looking over onto Icefelt after that rewind, getting that decent tracking, doing a lot of damage. Pulse Bomb coming out from... I don't actually really agree with that Pulse Bomb Icefelt, but it will end up going out, and it looks like there will be enough maybe as Rustor ends up taking out Kratos Digger, but Ubi takes out Icefelt, takes out Rustor off the back, and that's going to allow Clayton to push forward and get this health pack, and now LeMixx in a firm control of this point. Lighthouse definitely going the way they would like it to. Dragon Blade available, just that. That's really it for the side of LeMixx, as they are going to be looking for these kills. There's going to be the Dragon Blade coming up from Ubi. He's going to be looking for, I believe it was at first that Zarya, but the bubble did prevent him from doing it. That's going to be Rustor going into the Primal Rage, looking for the knockoffs. Can he get one? Maybe Ubi? No, Ubi of course can just climb up if he times it correctly. And they look like they've effectively zoned him, getting more for zone and zone and zone. But it's not enough. The Primal Rage, the angry Winston, he may be mad, but he's not enough to change the outcome. And that is going to be a 1-2-1, as LeMixx is able to get themselves on the board for the first time in the entire series of the King of the Hills.
1-1.
Definitely let me know what you guys think about this game in the chat. If you guys are cheering for LG, definitely get your LG loyal chants out there. Get your LG cheers, your Pog champs, your Dongers. If you guys are cheering for LeMixx, please do also cheer for them as well. Let us know who you think's going to win. And in addition to that, well, if you guys haven't looked up games from these teams before, I highly encourage you do that, especially Luminosity, the way they're looking right now. This is a team that if you're up and coming competitively, you're in the Tier 3, you're in the beginning of the Tier 2 scene, this is definitely a team that you can watch a history of from Tier 2 to rising to become a potential Tier 1 candidate, if not already one. As we're going to follow out Cine with that Dragon Blade. When he gets it, could do a lot. Ubi, same thing with Clayton. He takes a lot of damage off to start this. He's going to, I believe, force use rewind. No, he does pick up the health pack, so he still does have the rewind available. But Cine, he's going to get the first kill of the match, able to take out Cabal. Second kill going to Mineral as he gets the Lucio. Equal number there, as Icefelt's going to be going for that rewind. Or, sorry, Clayton goes for the rewind, but does take out Mete. And now, Clayton forced away, as he's the only one really left alive, as Kratos did go down really early. So did Cabal, so did Mete. Final members are just going to be responding here in just a moment, and Icefelt once again doing absolute work on this Tracer. As somebody has got to stop this guy. I would really like to see them pick up a McCree in this situation. They are running double Assassin with the Zarya. It's a little bit harder to get that to work now. Some teams have been doing this more effectively. Fnatic is a team that I look at that runs this very effectively, and it looks like it's working far better for the side of LG. Zayd Manitin going to be taking out Cabal and Kratos to get respectively, but there's the trades. Mesmorphous and Ubi onto those two respective heroes. Ubi does end up going down to Mineral, and Clanton ends up taking out Manitin, so now it's just between Icefelt and Clanton here, as he needs to try to stall it out as long as possible. That's, of course, Icefelt with the potential to do everything right now for his team. He does end up getting one kill, taking out the Winston, but it looks like Clanton was able to get the flank on him and take him out. Point will be swapped, and that's going to be the side of LeMixx finally in control of it. And maybe the beginning of the comeback, of the climb up the back of the series, is of course they do need to not only win this map, the next map, and the map after without losing. Otherwise, the side of LG will be winning, as they are up 2 maps to 0 in this match point best of 5. Climb with the full spawn available, going to be looking for that. His Tracer's going to be dashing on through. There's going to be a Dragon Blade, not sure who that is. It was Cindy, but he ends up going down to Ubi. Not a good situation at all, but they end up getting some kills off of it. So far, Icefelt's been doing work on his Tracer. We're going to switch back over to him. As we expect this so far, he's just been absolutely cleaning house every single time he gets in a good flow on this Tracer. That's going to be another point taken, and it looks like Clanton did end up surviving, so that's good for him, as he didn't have to go back in a body bag, but nonetheless, they still are not in control of the point. 30% to 48%, and LG is kind of taking a little bit of control here on the Ruins map. 1-1 in this best of 5, as the games, it is 2-0 for the side of LG in the series. Manitin does have a Graviton Surge available, so does Mete, and that's actually huge. Looks like Cabal's going to be able to get that huge kill, and there's going to be a bubble onto both of the targets that could have ended up dying from that pulse bomb, so no kills ended up happening. Also going to be decent charge on the Zarya. Manitin absolutely going to town, going to be able to take out Manitin with the help of Mineral, and now it's going to be Manitin continuing to look for more damage. He's able to take out Zave, 100% charge, and this is where you want your Zarya to be. Huge damage can be inflicted in this situation. It looks like Clanton is going to be looking for the shots, and we'll be able to take him out as Mete gets himself a double kill, and I'm sure his Zarya charge is looking just as good, 71%, definitely not bad at all, but Cinny going to be over switching to that McCree, and that's going to be enough for him to go ahead and deal with that Zarya, and I imagine this will also be enough for him to go ahead and deal with this Tracer, as of course McCree with that flashbang 1.7 second stun does work wonders, 0.7 sorry, for the offense to get something done. But LG still not in control of the point, 62% to 70%, as Clanton ends up taking out Zave, and that's a stagger you don't want to be seeing, especially because Zave needs to build that Transcendence. Transcendence is a game-winning ultimate in these clash fights. You're naturally going to group up. So we have Prime Rage available for LG. Oh, Pulse Bomb, that could be huge. But no damage done, as there's going to be a beat drop coming out from the side of LG. They want to initiate off the back of this. They do have RaptorZ. Primal Rage available, as well as he's going to be getting onto the background here, and he's going to go ahead and pop that Primal Rage, and he has a great spot to start knocking people off, and he's going to get himself a kill onto Mete, and that's exactly what they needed, as he should be able to continue to knock people around and do a lot of damage, but there's going to be the opposite Primal Rage coming out from the Winston of LeMixx, and a Graviton Surge coming out as well. That's going to allow this Winston to just be focused down incredibly quickly. 99% for the side of LeMixx to 70% for the side of LG, and this is coming down to the wire as RaptorZ is still alive, able to get on Kratos Digger, and it looks like most of LG is going to end up falling here as RaptorZ ends up falling to Kratos Digger and that Pulse Bomb. There's only really 2-3 heroes left. No, RaptorZ's alive. I take that back. Mesomorphous was the one that ended up going down to the Pulse Bomb. There's going to be a Deadeye from Cinny, but he ends up going down to Cabal. And I imagine the point will be flipped in just a second, as we do have the side of Mineral and we have the side of Icefelt fighting it out the best they can. Dragon Blade going to be channeled out here, as he's going to be looking for those kills onto the... Oh, he does end up getting the kill onto the Tracer. And now it's just a matter of overtime breaking down, and that's going to be 2-2-1 as LeMixx takes themselves a good position in the map finally, and a good position in the series somewhat. To begin with, they finally only have to win one more game to be able to take a map. Of course, before it was a situation where you did have to, what am I trying to say? That totally just escaped my head, as I, unfortunately yawned there. Not sure why that thought escaped my head, but nonetheless. A little bit more coffee to prevent that from happening again. We'll be getting right into this, guys. It is going to be potentially the last round of this map, and could be LeMixx going up 3-1 on Ilios and 2-1 down in the series. But Icefelt and Squad are going to be the ones in charge of deciding that. As it is again going to be Icefelt dueling it up against the other Tracer. They do need to just fight it out to see who ends up winning it, but it looks like that is going to be a decent damage dealt onto Zave, as Ubi's going to end up taking out RaptorZ. I apologize, that was Cabal, and it looks like Cinny is going to be able to take out Kratos. Cinny with the second kill on to Mete, and this is just starting to look bad here for the side. Yeah, this is just starting to look horrible. Triple kill coming out from Cinny, as it looks like Maniton or Icefall will be able to clean up the last target. That is Mesomorphous, and that's going to be the point flipped over to the side of LG. And so for the first time in 3 games, we are going to be seeing LG taking the point for the first time. And that's exactly what they do need to be looking for, as they haven't been in control for most of these matches. They are in the situation where they're always flipping second, and sometimes that can benefit you, of course, if you're at 99%, but if you're not, it is always better to be the first team so you milk more time. There's going to be a Dragon Blade coming out from Cindy as he wants to push forward. He's going to end up going down after a full channel too. And again, that's a horrible situation that you want to be in as a Genji, because once your full channel has gone through, you're not going to have your Dragon Blade anymore. You have to full charge from 0 to 100%. And that's going to be Kratos taking out Zave, Maniton onto Clatton, and Mete onto Ruster. Dicefeld again with the double kill. Is he going to make it a triple? He does. Now he's going to continue to push forward a little bit, but it's not going to be enough for him to want to continue to pursue it out, as the triple kill is more than enough, as they again are buying themselves valuable seconds. Let's go ahead and look at tab with the ultimates. We have Ubi with the Dragon Blade available. We have a Transcendence available for Cabal. We have Earthshatter available for Mesomorphous, and we do have a Pulse Bomb available for Tracer. There's going to be a Graviton Surge going out. Looks like it is going to do a fair bit of damage, as of course they can clear through with Mesomorphous, but he ends up going down. Zave going to go ahead and channel out that Transcendence, and that's going to go ahead and keep his team topped off. And now Zave, well, he's in an awkward spot. They're probably going to focus him up in just a second, as Kratos Digger is going to end up going down before he can end up getting his... maybe not. Maybe he ends up surviving before he... I don't think it will be the case. Cabal is going to end up dying there in just a second. Now Platin, he needs to get something figured out, as he is going to have to deal with this Winston and deal a lot of damage, 72% to 9%, and LG is taking a commanding control in this game right now. This is definitely an LG show right now, as Ruster's going to be able to take out Mete, and there's going to be a Pulse Bomb coming out from Clatton, taking out Ruster, as the Dragon Blade gets channeled out from Cine. As it looks like he will end up going down to Kratos Digger, and again, they end up flipping the point back. Even though they're low on percent, they still have won some of the fights, and that's bought them something to work on, something to think about. As if they could just get very clean initiations and continue their control, they would be able to get 99% off of that. Looks like it would be very aggressively pushing forward. I'm not sure why they didn't punish him more, but nonetheless, they don't end up punishing too much more than that. And it looks like we are going to be getting back into the hype of it once the fights do kind of break back out. The teams are just poking and looking for those opportunities, looking for those openings that they have available to them. Every pick is a good pick at this point. I think the only hero you could say that is bad pick, quote unquote, is of course going to be the Tracer, as it's going to be hard to go ahead and kill the Tracer, gank the Tracer. I don't mean pick as in actually play, but Ubi with the double kill. And it looks like Clan as well going to help with Kratos Digger answering, and now Icefeld's in a bad position, and he's going to end up going down. And I don't mean at all again to say that that Tracer should be picked up, but that Tracer can get picks, Genji can get picks, all of these heroes can get picks and open you up power play opportunities, but it just doesn't look like they're playing the lineup properly to this map. As we are going to have a Dragon Blade available for Cine, though, as we do have Pulse Bomb as well, Mineral with the Sound Barrier, and Icefall with the Graviton, or with the Earthshatter. As we are going to have the slashes going out, and that's going to do a lot of damage. Cine is going to end up taking out Cabal, or yeah, with the Graviton Surge. I don't know why I wanted to call it Earthshatter. Ubi ends up taking out Icefall, so 1-for-1 trade here so far. But it looks like LG is in control of the point, and in the background there's a Tracer, but she's been deflected, she's been dealt with, and a dash slash through the Winston. He's taking a lot of damage. They're all taking a lot of damage, and if they end up going down, this could be absolutely horrendous for the side of LeMixx, as it is going to come down to an overtime situation here. No matter what, Tracer should be able to get there. I just don't know if it's going to be in time. It's going to be around the far bottom side, as she's just going to double dash in. There's also going to be the Zenyatta going into the corner. Going to be trying to hide out. Is there's going to be a Transcendence coming out from the side of the defense, the side of Zave, as he keeps keeping everyone alive. Maniton going to be able to take out Ubi, and there's going to be another fan, the hammer onto the Winston, taking him out in just a second, as he does end up falling. The healing from the orb is not enough, as we did probably need an Ana in that situation, but we'll see. What they did need an Ana in that situation is we'll see. Cine ends up getting the kill on Clanton. Icefell takes out Cabal. Cine with the triple kill with the Dragon Blade by the end, and that's exactly what LG fans needed. One more game.
Score 2-2.
Well, guys. On your iPhone? How are you chatting in the team? Oh wow, shots fired coming out here. Mesomorphous and getting on to Kratos Digger as he's playing on his foot. I doubt that's the case. But anyways, guys, it is going to be the side of LG pushing out here. This is going to be the map that LG ended up winning to start it off with. And if the side of LeMixx loses here, guys. They are done. We are done for the day, and my cast is over. I don't want that to be the case. LeMixx, come on. Let's see you play it out here. As Ubi is still live at 9 HP. We'll end up going down to Icefelt in the end, as there was a trade. Clatton does end up taking out Mineral, so a little bit of a 1-for-1 trade there. Back and forth as Clatton ends up taking out Mesomorphous after, whereas Sonny ends up taking him out after. Clatton ends up taking him out, and Clatton is just doing work right now. We're going to go ahead and switch over to him because we need him to do work for our fans out there of LeMixx and just fans of long series that never stop going. As we are going to have another pulse bomb going out. Clatton not able to land that, as he will be trying to get the damage out, but it's not enough yet, as it looks like it will be a point taken for the side of LG here in just a moment, as there aren't enough members. Well, now all of the side of they should probably just sack it. Yeah, that's exactly what they're gonna do. They don't have everyone around, and that's gonna be Kratos Digger going down. That's not a good situation. With Kratos Digger down, they're not gonna have that Lucio, and Mesomorphous died as well. And I want to emphasize the situation that if they start bleeding too many heroes with too many ultimates, there is no map to fall back on. There is nothing. This is it, guys. If they lose this map, they are out. LeMixx has to stand strong on this map. They have no second chances. 18% already taking here for the side of LG, as they're looking very comfortable to start off this last map of this last iteration of Ilios. There's a decent amount of shots going out onto that Zarya. She's going to have to self-bubble after taking about half her HP, and there's going to be a post bomb. Clatton gets himself not 1 but 2 kills. Possibly, yes, there's going to be Maniton going down, and now he's going to go ahead and back up, and he's going to be looking over onto the Genji, but the deflect ends up doing enough. Winston ends up chasing after him, but the point hasn't flipped yet, and it's at 40%. We've doubled our percentage since we last talked about it, and this is definitely an LG show right now, as they are looking very strong. Switching over to Icefelt, and of course, Cine does have his ultimate as well with that Dragon Blade. Maniton with the Graviton Surge, and then last but not least, Zave does have up his Transcendence, and it looks like we are going to be having a sound barrier very close to available for the side of Mineral. Graviton Surge going out as it's a pulse bomb too. Grab a bomb. That's going to end up taking out Mete, but only one, not a multi-kill. As it looks like Cine is going to end up taking out Cabal. Mesomorphous isn't going to end up going down here in just a second. I imagine as he takes those headshots, he does get a kill onto Cine, so that's a good trade for them. But Clatton is the only one really alive to fight on the point, and that means 70% to 0 here, guys. LG, get your Pog champs, get your dongers in here for LeMixx if you have any hope for them continuing on in this series right now. 77% and ticking, 80% and ticking, as LG is on the precipice of winning their first tournament. I don't think Too Strong has won a tournament yet, but they might have won a few. They've done very well in everyone they participated in as the ones I've casted in, but I think this would be their first victory. Clatton going to get himself a double kill, though, as I speak too early, as he ends up taking out Mineral and Maniton. We're going to switch back to him if he can continue doing what he's doing. Cine and Zave going to get some big kills there as they take out Mesomorphous and another. Now Clatton, he needs to get something done. It's going to be Icefelt for Clatton. Cine, he gets himself a kill onto Mete, and now if Icefelt ends up winning this duel, it could be absolutely huge. They're off the point. Clatton has to go onto it, has to stay on it as long as possible. Again, guys, overtime is going to run down incredibly quick if they lose anyone. Ruster's going to take out Cine, or Ubi. Cine's going to take out Kratos Digga, and I think it is just going to be it right here now, guys. I think this is just it. I think LG's done it. I think they're going to take it 3-0 in the finals, and they're going to go ahead and secure themselves 600 euro. They're going to try to slot out the best they can. There's going to be Mesomorphous. He's leaping into the air, trying to stay alive. Mete as well. Looks like they will be able to get onto the point. Ubi with the Dragon Blade if they were to turn this around, but there's going to be the Graviton Surge, and that's just going to seal them exactly where they want. Kratos Digger tries to get there as well. Clatton as well. And the last few members doing everything they can, but that's just not going to be enough. And LG Luminosity Gaming takes it 3-0 in the ESL Go4 Overwatch July Cup Finals. They will walk home with 600 euros. The side of LeMixx slightly disappointed, but they walk home with 300 euros. They didn't make it into the finals, so congratulations to them. But LG, what a team! I cannot wait to watch more Overwatch of them this weekend, as they are going to be playing in more events, to my understanding. And I gotta say, guys, that was a great game out of them. Icefelt 67% kill participation in a high skill competitive match, a professional match. Of course, LG is a professional team. LeMixx is not, so that's why I got to be a little bit more. It's not necessarily a professional match, but it is definitely a professional team from the side of LG, as of course they are looking great. LG wins the finals 3-0, guys, and there's not really much else to say on the back of this. I had a great time casting this tournament today. It was an awesome set. It was a long day as far as a 12-team event goes, but the games were awesome. The series were amazing to watch, and LG is deserving of this more than I could possibly ever express. Congratulations to them. Congratulations to Mineral. Congratulations to Cine. Congratulations to Manitan and MK, all of them stopping by my chat and saying hello. But of course, guys, that does it for me. Thank you so much for watching. You guys did just watch the ESL Go4 EU Overwatch July finals, and you guys just watched LG take the finals 3-0, winning 600 euros, and you saw the side of LeMixx lose 0-3, taking home 300 euros. If you guys would like to get involved with more ESL Overwatch action, you can go to play.eslgaming.com for more information, or you can follow at ESL Overwatch for tournament updates, the Atlantic Showdown, Go4 Cup, or any other cup that they are running, King of the Hill series, whatever it is. ESL Overwatch on Twitter is where you guys can find that. If you guys enjoyed my commentary and you enjoyed what you saw on this channel explicitly, you can go ahead and follow down below on twitch.tv/JotaRaptors. Just please click that follow button. It's super easy and it helps me out a ton. In addition to that, if you guys want to go to the next step, you can follow me on Twitter. RaptorZOW is where you guys can find me there in the bottom left of your screen. Also, you can scroll down and click Twitter. Following me there will give you guys updates on when I'm posting new video content, when I'm posting casts, when I am casting, whatever updates that I can give you guys in the Overwatch scene. I try not to tweet you to death. I try to give you guys information about what's going on in my life and what's pertinent when it comes to the what do you want to call it? I just totally lost my train of thought. But yeah. Follow me on Twitter. I don't want to give you guys too much information. I just want to give you guys what's important to me. And thank you, Gabe. That's super awesome of you. Shout out to the media manager of LG stopping by here. Glad you enjoyed the cast and glad you enjoyed the stream. As, again, guys, you guys can also check out the VODs. All VODs will be available. I will be posting it on Twitter as well, but all VODs will be available. Linked down below, there's a subsection called the Go4 Monthly Finals, and I will be going ahead and putting up the July finals. But LG taking it 3-0. That's where you guys can follow me, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and follow ESL on Twitter. And, of course, ESL_Overwatch on Twitch, but they did not cast today. That does it for it today, guys. I believe there should be an ESL match happening in a little bit as the North American King of the Hill is going to be going on. I don't know the exact details on that, but that will be going on later on tonight. So definitely be tuned to twitch.tv/ESL Overwatch. And thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate all the positive feedback. I'm going to continue doing this. I love casting. Casting Overwatch is something I want to do seriously in the future, and hopefully those opportunities will come. But until then, guys, you'll be seeing me here on Twitch TV DotaRaptors. You'll be seeing me on Twitter. You'll be seeing the VODs go up on YouTube within the evening. Thank you so much. You guys are amazing. You guys are the lifeblood of the stream, the lifeblood of the community, and you guys are all sexy as hell. So go enjoy your days. Stay beautiful. Stay safe. And definitely be enjoying more Overwatch action. And if you aren't, I'm going to be a little bit biased. There's definitely a big Dota tournament going on right now that is definitely worth watching at the same time. But enjoy your esports. Enjoy your nights, guys. I'm RaptorZ. I'm signing off. Thank you so much.